Hey, how's it going? It's Grant.
And Shelby.
And today we're going to be, with the Garden of Eater. Today we're going to be doing some live maintenance water changes. I'm going to be doing these two racks. I'm going to go through what exactly we do exactly for our Caradina water changes. It's not really that much different when we do our Neo Caradina. It's just the water. So I've already gone through and prepped our water and got that all ready. I did that yesterday, so that way it would be on point. All the TDS of the water is between 150 and 160 total dissolved solids. And then we have about 6 GH general hardness, 0 KH because of the RO water, and then we use salty strip minerals with the GH only formula. So that way our pH stays low and we're able to do our water changes and not stress out the shrimp. So we got a new member?
Yes, new member.
All right. Well, welcome to the team.
Thank you for joining. If you become a member, you do get a 10% off discount code to our website, tgoeshrimp.com. And you get a fancy holographic sticker, which we never have it available. I think I shipped that one out, honestly. We're getting low on them, so we're going to have to get some more. But thank you so much for becoming a member. Just email us at thegardenofeater@gmail.com to get that sticker. Welcome in, Garcia.
I missed you at the meeting. I thought you were going to be there. Shelby cleaned the entire house for you to come by and hang out, and you didn't show up.
Welcome in, Tank Girl. Tonight we don't really have a topic. It's mainly just Grant actually doing work and being held accountable.
It's not even that. I'm teaching them how we do our water changes.
Yeah.
Can you lower it just a little bit? It's getting all the... There we go. It's those
you're going to be...
anyways.
Oh, the lower levels? Okay. Rows, yeah. We need to do the very bottom row that no one ever sees, but we'll have to do that tomorrow because that's a whole different water change system. Yep. Welcome in, everybody. If you have any questions, make sure to just pop them in the chat.
All right, so I'm going to go ahead and get started. Otherwise, it's going to be the entire live stream, and I won't have much done. So the first thing, besides getting the water prepped, the actual tank work that I do is I get a little erase marker. Orange tends to show up. I don't know how well you guys will be able to see it, but I've got 18 tanks behind me that I'm planning on doing. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to label them 1 to 18, 1 being the best tank, and then 18 being the worst tank. You can go about that backwards or whatever. I just know that these 2 tanks behind me are definitely the worst tanks. They've got a little bit of algae. They were fish tanks. So I'm just going to go ahead and mark that 18 and 17. And then you can just go through and mark the rest of the tanks in the best order. So this is by far our best tank. That's tank number 1. It's got our blue bolt colony, some nice Kettigan boosts, as well as, I can't remember what kind of hydrophilia that is, but it's really nice red coloration to it. So, and then we're going to go on to our fancy red tigers.
Oh.
Huh?
Where's my tank? It should have been in the top 3.
We're getting to it.
Ugh.
Then we have the crystal black tank, and then the super crystal tank. And then we've got the mixed Pinto tank. And then we have the Red King Kong Extreme. And then the Orange-Eyed Red Devils. And then we go to Shelby's tank.
Are you serious? Out of all of those?
Yeah.
I would say that my top... No.
And then we got
Don't even touch my tank at this point. That's why I have my fish room. I'm putting them in there.
10.
And it's not behind all his crap shrimp.
I'm just simply going by
crap.
What has the most babies currently in the tank.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not producing currently. So, all right, 10. And then we've got 11.
She's trying to learn.
12. 13. 14. All right, 15, and then 16. And then you can see how bad my handwriting is or isn't. I don't think anybody can see really anything.
No.
So
If we had the phone connected, which I did, and then it decided to stop working, I pressed a button. Never press buttons.
So the next thing I'm going to do is pop the lids off to the side. I got to go get that real quick.
Chesapeake Crustacean said, got the yellow Neos last week, all alive and happy. Thank you for all the extras. So glad to hear. Right now, shipping has not been fun. A lot of people are in really cold weather. And although I know they'll survive in most of them, it's like that one chance where your mailman delivered a little too early than you expected. And then 10 minutes on the porch could really be life or death for some of them, you know? So I'm glad to hear that. Thank you, Dave.
So we've made our double polycarbonated panels pretty tight. It's not easy to get the lids off. So we just use a little scraper blade to just go ahead and pop all the lids off. We made our lids out of double polycarbonated panels. So it's just really easy. Push them off to the side. And there's a net for just about every single one of the tanks that we've worked in. So just make sure that those don't get swapped out with another tank.
Felipe said, I'm not sure if you saw it, but you guys got a great call out on Shrimp Sanctuary last week. Yeah, we both watched the video. He actually, I believe he sent it to you.
Yeah.
And then I saw it. I didn't even know because Grant never talks to me, you know. We live in the same house, but we're in two different worlds. But I was like scrolling Facebook, and I don't know if someone reshared it or he shared it. And I was like, oh, this is a cool, interesting video. And I watched it and I was like, oh, and he was like, yeah. I'm like, you didn't tell me, but it was good. Enjoyed that. I was very thankful that he said such kind words about us. He did a really good video. It was kind of hard to like watch the video or to listen to it when I was watching the shrimp. They look so nice. Some of them like the best leg patterns, and they look super thick on the shell. So that's going to be the fun thing with me working in the room with some of my Caridina where Grant, you know, the snake oil products, like I just want to go back on and try a couple other things that people swear by, and I have to see if they make a difference.
And I see Tube Dog says you need to get some 3D printed lid holders. We've had a few ideas, but we still want to make it as difficult as we possibly can because we were talking about this yesterday. I don't want no quesadillas in the tanks with the new batch of kids coming up. So, yeah, it's not the easiest method, but I'd rather be safe than sorry. So the little gap in between the edge and whatnot, it's a little difficult to feed and do the water changes, but when you get the hang of it, it's only an extra minute or so, and it's not that bad.
Cora said, if you put chili raspberries and pinto shrimp in the same tank, baby, you got some chili. I had to read that a couple times when I saw it, and I was like, he's right. I wish they would breed really well together. I know, like, sometimes it's hit or miss whether, like, nanofish and shrimp will breed in the same tank. Snoochie Booch said, during shrimp water changes, do you trickle or drip the water in or just dump it in? Seems like when I dump fill Caridina, I lose one shrimp a day for a few days afterwards. Should I refill slowly?
Yeah, you definitely don't want to disrupt the substrate. It sounds like you created a mini bacterial infection when you messed up your substrate. So you definitely go in slow. Don't mess up that substrate. You'll see I pretty much go as fast as I can without kicking up any of the debris on the top of the substrate. But first off, I've got my scraper here. It is a continuum scraper. It's got a nice metal scraper blade. The other blade that I was using to open up the lids is the acrylic scraper blade. But I find these work a lot easier, especially on glass. It doesn't really scratch the glass or anything like that. You gotta stay away from the silicone though, because it does do a good job on that. So I leave just like a little space between the silicone and the clean glass that always has a little bit of algae on it. It kind of just frames it in, right? But I let this soak in a little bit of 91% isopropyl alcohol or rubbing alcohol. You could also use the Coral MD or let it soak in hydrogen peroxide or something else like that. I just find the rubbing alcohol, it's cheap, it's effective, it evaporates after 15 minutes. I still give it a little wash, and I haven't had really any issues. So I'm going to go ahead and get started on tank number 1.
You know, I could have answered all of these questions and he could have just been working, you know. Justin said, hey guys, can you set aside new and old stickers to send out with my order? Pretty please with the cherry on top. I love to rock them all on my tanks and drop them at my local fish store as well. I talked to you. Yep, I will throw in what we have. We don't really have the originals, which is crazy to think about. I always forget that we actually had 2 different logos at first, until sometimes I pull it up and I'm like, oh wow, I forgot about that one. So we've had 1, 2, 3, 4 logos so far, which is crazy to think about. I wish we had the original stickers. Maybe one day we'll remake them and like make them holographic or something like fun.
No, what I think we should do is we should make old school stickers, and then we should release them only on certain months of the year.
Yeah.
So the only way to get it is place an order in the month of September. Otherwise, you gotta wait till the next release of the next year or something. What are you staring at? You always get me going.
What is that on the wall?
On the wall?
Yeah, it looks like someone drew their name on the wall.
I think the picture swung.
Oh. Yeah, more damage. Great.
All right.
Yeah, that's not been good. Sorry.
Tank number 1, nice, fresh, and clean. I can see all of the shrimp. There's a lot of debris in the water, so I gotta move fast now.
Welcome in, Peplin, Lake to Land Aquatics, member for 12 months. Woo-hoo! Got your membership print. Make sure to email us at thegardenofeater@gmail.com to get that mailed to you. I think I just sent one out the other day, and they're like almost 20. They're a 24-month member. And I was like, wait, you haven't got this yet? So remember, we still do have those. We will send those out. Justin said I bought some buy 3 get 1 free amber tetras.
Tetras?
I couldn't. It says Tetris, so I kept trying to read Tetris and not Tetra. For Petco, yes, Petco, don't judge me. I was accidentally mistaking them for chili raspberries. Yeah, we've all been there. We still, you know, no one really wants to support Petco, but we all still buy some stuff there. It is convenient.
They were out of large or medium crickets for the chameleons, and we had to go ahead and get some large ones. And I was gonna wait until it's spring and a little bit warmer outside, but I figured now's better time than ever to go ahead and get started on the cricket farm breeding project. So we are now breeding crickets in the kids' bathroom. So
you didn't have to disclose where.
But I didn't not have
to. Yeah, and sorry if I'm a little off. We had Chinese food and I like never eat Chinese food. It makes me sick. I thought I could handle it, and I don't feel well. So bear with me. Hagen Hill Design. I had just missed your live stream and saw that I had gifted a membership. Lucky me. I don't know who gifted memberships, but hopefully they're here tonight. And thank you to whoever that was. I didn't read the whole email. I tried hopping in on the live stream. I was like, oh, I didn't even know. And then you guys were saying goodbye. And I was like, no. I did that with Stephen P. and Jenna P's live stream the other day. Literally, as they're logging off, I was like, I was here. Fish like it so slow too, so I can't imagine that it should be even slower for the little ones. shrimp are pretty hardy, so it's not that big of a deal. But when it comes to refilling a tank, fast is bad for anything, just because the fluctuations can happen. And disturbing the substrate's the big one for shrimp, just because you don't want to stir up that moment. Like you said, the bacterial infection can happen. It really depends. That's why we want you to have Malaysian trumpet snails in your tank. Help take care of that as a little bit. Not fully take care of it, but they definitely do help. Megan Hill Design said to Grant, "Less talking, more work." He'll be done in no time. Garcia Aquatics member for 27 months. Thank you so much. Said, "I'm sorry for not showing up. Please forgive me." We do. We forgive you. Just wanted to see ya. We know we'll see ya. There's a couple shows this year. So we'll definitely get a chance to hang out.
And with this tank, the moss is getting a little bit too close to the front, so I'm just going to push the moss back, but it'll probably make its way back to the front.
I will have to double check, Justin, and because I'm pretty sure it doesn't lose track of all your months. Because like some people like missed a couple months and then redid their membership, and it still showed me that they were like it's still kept it at they were at 3 months, and then it was continued for how many days they had been. Snoochie Boots said, "Do you guys run a dehumidifier in your home with all those tanks? I was told I should have one in my fish room, but it's real dry here in Montana. Wondering how big of a deal it really is." So our AC pretty much sucks out all the humidity. It is still a little humid. We're in Florida, so it does happen. It really depends. Usually you can feel, but I would get, as long as you have lids, that's like the real way to go. But I would just, Home Depot has like a cheap humidity reader. I'd get one of those, and plug it. I do it every time. Every time I go to scrape those tanks. And then if it reads over, I would get one. You don't want to be in a humid environment. It's just really bad for the house, the walls. You can build up mold real fast. You could even get dehumidifier bags instead of like an actual dehumidifier. And that's a good way to check if you need one, because if it fills up quite a bit, then you're like, I probably should get one. That's too much humidity in the air. So I think they sell those at Home Depot. Walmart sells them. They're just like damp rid bags. So they're pretty cool. At Aquatics member for 28 months. Thank you so much. That I'll grab my 1-year print at the Aquatic Expo. Good. Yes, we will have them for sure. We try to bring those and stickers to every show, so that when we actually see people at these, they grab them too, because sometimes you just forget. Went back to Turkey Mountains. We'll have to discuss this. I'll email you about it. It's all through YouTube. We don't do anything. They show how long you've been a member for. If you were on a different account, it will still show that up too. So, R11A said, "I wish I could clean my tanks, but so many tiny baby Neos. I have one of the Aquarium Co-op filters, large, filthy, and clogged, and if I take it out, it will be a lot of baby shrimp with it. Any tips?"
Clean it out in the tank and shake and bake.
Yeah, so we do clean our filters in the tanks sometimes while we're doing a water change. I would not clean it out and then never do a water change. So but yeah, if your filter is getting very clogged, it's not doing much. So you do want to squeeze it out. Just be careful. Maybe not squeeze it, just shake it a little bit in there. And That should do it. If not, I would get like a bucket of RO water and shake it out in there and clean it in that, because then you can still scoop out all the babies. They'll be fine with a RO flush. They'll be okay as long as they're neos. Yeah, you said neos. Oh, that's cool. Well, hopefully, if they're here, thank you very much. Craig's Catfish Cave. Member for 24 months, 2 years. Yes, thank you so much. Oh, I got a gifted from Jeff Kane. Of course I did. Thank you, Jeff Kane, if you're here. He's like Santa to all the channels. Crypt Keeper, how are you? Said a member for 31 months. What's up, Shelby, Grant, and Myra? I miss you. We all miss you too. We were hoping we could hang out with you at the Aquatic Expo, but of course you can't find reliable help. It sucks. I'm so sorry.
There's still a chance.
I mean, I hope so.
Not
Okay.
make it.
Well,
I'm still
I hope
holding out.
I really hope so. It'd be nice. Hello, Jenna P. Vibes is here. Hello, EJ. So thank you so much for the swag pack. Wife stole the shirt. Daughter stole some stickers. And I got the food samples. Good to hear. I'm glad you liked it. Yeah, we actually have all matching shirts from that too. We bought a bunch of stuff to give away. Sure. Shrimp Sanctuary, thank you for joining us. A lot of people watched your video that's in the chat tonight and liked it. Said, I was wondering if I should do a water change. And our answer is always yes. Right, Grant?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's our topic for next week is about water changes and how we feel about water changes, because it's always like a controversy, and we're just going to put our point of view from it and what we think. And I find it funny that it's always a controversy on water changes. Yes. I'm not reading fast tonight. Shrimp Sanctuary says, I personally use the co-op filter as well, and shrimp babies are always in the filter. What we do is put a fishnet while running water over it. Yeah, that's a good idea. Yeah, you can put it in the fishnet with some of them, especially how big they are. Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the consensus I've heard is the babies getting in the filters, but like we've said, we've kind of been just cleaning them in the tanks and then siphoning the water out. It's pretty rare. I haven't been able to experience the co-op ones, but we did have big mesh ones that were in the other tanks. And yeah, that sometimes you'd lose some, but you got to get that filter going or you're going to lose a lot more. Okay, good. I'm glad to hear there's a chance. I can hold on for hope. Yeah, I'm actually working at Pisces this time, so Grant will definitely need some help. He can handle it on his own, but he could always use your help. You're always really helpful. Welcome in, Scotty. And just one more fish. I know you were here earlier. I didn't say hello. And Jeff Kane, hello. All 3 aquashellas are 100% confirmed going as in the class. Awesome. That's good to hear. I'm not too happy about going to California. I want to go to California. It's just so far. I really just don't want to deal with the extra work to go that far. Like, Colorado is like the furthest I was like willing to go. And that's just because I wanted to do a lot of hiking and different things in Colorado. But like, I don't know what I'm going to do in California when I'm not there that long and don't get an extra day or things like that. So, Laura, I love the co-op filters. I just hope the best for the shrimp babies. We'll see. I only had a few, and it wasn't the co-op one. It was like but they were so big of holes. I mean, full-grown shrimp were in this filter. So that's like I haven't had to deal with anything else other than that way. Coro says, if my tank smells like a drainage ditch, should I do a water change? Yes, for sure. Oh, I can't stand that smell. And you know what's funny is being around the tanks, sometimes you can't smell it. And you like leave and you come back and you're like, oh, that tank needs a water change. And you'd be surprised. I have a really strong nose. So like algae smell different to me, especially when I pop that lid open. I'm like, oh, I know there's cyanobacteria in here because it's a rank smell, and it'll get on your hands and you can't get it off for days. You're just a wiggling, aren't you? You're not comfortable, are you? Yeah, are you getting sleepy? Sorry. Yeah, and I am a little excited about New Jersey. I don't typically like to, but I'm pretty sure it's the same venue that we used to go to Aquatic Experience in. And as long as we get a good hotel, I think I'll have a good experience. But the thing that sucks is that New Jersey used to have, what was it called? Little bowls, big bowls, little plates.
Yep.
And it's gone. And it was so good. I don't know what happened. Like they had expanded and then they disappeared. So that really sucked. So I don't know what we're going to find now. But Christy says, off topic, we're moving to Illinois next month and I need to rehome 2 pond turtles and 2 fish. Any reason? Oh, any suggestions? So Facebook's a good place to kind of rehome turtles and fish on some of the groups. Just like post a picture and put rehome. If you're asking for money, you can't do that, but or some club, if you have a club nearby, I would try to see if anyone there would be able to take some. I know someone was trying to give us turtles, but we don't have the room for the yellow bellies right now. Peplin says, Amazon sells replacement sponges if co-op ones are too coarse for you. Yeah, that's what we were told. So we'll see how it goes. I don't think I'll have too much of an issue. But welcome in, Jay Oliver. Haven't seen you in a while. Hope you're doing well. Saw your post about your fish tanks the other day and all the guppies, so it looks great. Felipe got the Keystone Clash trip booked first time. We're really excited. You won't be disappointed, that's for sure. Especially if you're in here with all us crazies. Five said, are y'all staying warm enough? This winter storm is miserable. I don't know how you guys are dealing with it up there. It's already cold enough here, and I'm already complaining like it was windy. And you guys are dealing with snow, and I'm complaining with like just wind. Crip says, I've never been to the West Coast. I'm super duper excited. Yeah, I have not been over that way. Our farthest west was Colorado, right? Would you say?
For us, is Las Vegas.
Oh, yeah. I forgot we went there too. So we're getting there.
But I was kind of born way more west than that. So
yeah, technically. Not for me, though. But yeah, it's just so long. If I could just get, like, if someone can knock me out and I just wake up there, that would be perfect. Then I wouldn't have to. It's the stress of traveling. I'm getting already over it. Jay Oliver said, I'm looking forward to going to LA for the first time and New Jersey. Oh, I'm glad it'll be your first time. New Jersey's something else, that's for sure. Just you're going to be with the venue at least, so make sure you got a good room. And yeah, first time for LA for me. I think you've been to LA, just not actually out of an airport at LA, right? In California? Or wasn't it?
I was just in the airport,
Yeah. But that's, if I can get to LA, then I know that I can go to Hawaii. That's also been like a big reason I haven't gone to Hawaii, because like you lay over there and so much work. I feel like I would rather travel in a really nice RV to California and like enjoy my time than like flying or trying to get there as fast as I can and then as fast as I can home. Yeah, shrimp do hold on for dear life. That is for sure. I have tried to get moss out of tanks sometimes where the shrimp did not want to let it go. I'm like, please just get off. Probably already covered. I tried to get Aquashella Dallas tickets, but website wouldn't work. I don't think they are on sale yet. They usually do one show at a. Is that the first one?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't think it's
They
open
just
yet.
announced it, so it
Yeah.
might be some time. I
Yeah.
don't know who's even working on the website now. So
Yeah, I don't. We don't know the logistics as much because most of the people that we worked with are no longer there. So
Jay Oliver would know more.
yeah.
Who are you talking to now, John? And then, if the option to go to the Findig is still open, could you let us know? Since it's her that's messaging.
Yeah. Are you guys doing the New Jersey Aquashella? Hopefully. I plan on doing all three of them. We have not heard or discussed yet, but they are in the books if we are going. So. Crip says, Shelby, I've seen babies and juvies trapped in my co-op filters, but never found a dead one trapped in it. That's good. That's good to hear. That does help. Shrimp said, should I travel to visit TGOE? Yes, of course. You're always welcomed. That does sound like a long travel, though. Where is the Aquashella LA? Let me see. I don't know much about it yet. They threw me all off. It's been like the same every year, and of course they had to throw that out the window. Let's see. And the website's different, so they only have the one up. They only are showing the one for Dallas right now. That's weird. Maybe I'm just not seeing it. So maybe message us later. We might have the answer for that one. Oh, Pomona Fairgrounds. There we go. Thank you, Christy. If I would have just read for 2 more seconds, it would have saved us the awkward 2-minute pause. Felipe, thank you so much. Gifting 5 Garden of Eater memberships. If you were lucky enough to be gifted a membership, make sure to email us at thegardenofeater@gmail.com and we will get that 10% discount code to you and we can ship you a sticker as well. We have a members only holographic sticker.
And I want to say thank you, but I gotta move quickly because I got my thumb over the pressure, and I want to talk about this real quickly because I now know 3 people who have been sent to the hospital for sucking on the hose. I know another person that almost died that didn't go to the hospital, but it's so important not to suck on the hose. So there's a lot of ways to get it primed or get it going. For me, the hose is super long. It goes all the way out to our swimming pool. I've got it right now filled with water. I cleaned it with the rubbing alcohol. Then I rinsed it off in the sink. And then I just pretty much shoved this under the faucet, filled up the hose, put my thumb over it. I've got to slip the guard on and then put it into tank number 1. And then I do what the kids call walking the dog. So do that real quick. Shove it into the tank. Now, the siphoning, I didn't go fast enough. My thumb wasn't a perfect seal either. So I got to just get it going and primed again. But it's really easy. I don't have to do any motion or anything like that. I don't know if you were able to see the water go down the hose, but I didn't have to walk very far either. And now the water is being drained. I'm just going to go wash my hands, and Shelby can tell you the rest.
Yeah, it's you definitely don't want to be sucking a hose that looks like that. That is absolutely disturbing. And a lot of people do. And I know a lot of people get away with it. Trust me, I've been there. I've been one of those people that would do that. But a lot of people have gotten really sick, and it is not good. You can get water in your lungs, and it is actually terrifying. So don't do that.
And not just water in your lungs, the little air vapors, bacteria, and mold that are in the hose are really dangerous. Also, you should have done this before you started scraping. But make sure you put a towel down. You don't want to get wet floors and make the spouse unhappy. I don't think there's room for me to slide back in here. I don't know how. I got scooted back a little bit. You got to move forward.
Okay, we'll push it forward. I did not move. Jesse, just one more fish. Said I still vote that turtles are allowed in Keystone Class show. Grant will back me. I know he will. He is crazy about his turtles. I'm so close to the camera, it's bothering me. And Jenna said, Jesse, I wonder if they could be sneaked into all other aquatic animal class.
So I think it's just the overall.
We can't even
care.
travel with our special ones.
No, we can't travel with our special ones, but there are ones that are legal with every single state on the way up that we could bring. So I would also limit it to turtles under a certain size or something like that. But yeah, musk turtles, mud turtles, male terrapins, if legal, to travel with. They would all be fine in the tank for a few days and wouldn't necessarily need a dry dock or UVB lamp. And it happens in nature all the time where they don't have a chance to rest and bask and get that UVB. So it's not that big of a deal for 3 days.
Tube Dog said, if you want, I can send you some lid handles to try on some of the top of your tanks. Let me know, small, medium, or large, if you want them.
Maybe on like the very top rows that the kids can't get to. It wouldn't be that bad.
Justin said, how do you get a swag pack? I need all the stickers. So we give those away usually once or a few times a year, just during some of our giveaways that we do. What we do is at these shows, we'll go around and collect a lot of the stickers and some of these, I don't like being this close to the camera. My eyes looks like a weird color in my camera. So it looks like I have like glaucoma in both my eyes and it's like scaring me. I'm so sorry, guys. But just join us for the live streams and hopefully you can win a pack in our giveaways. I am so distracted.
Did you talk about how much water we drain out?
No, I didn't.
So we do about 40 to 50%. It's kind of hard to tell behind Shelby's head, but this tank is a good 50%. This tank is a good 50%. I could stop this tank right now, but it's generally
just stop
that
talking.
much water.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I'm just making sure the flow keeps going.
He does this all the time where he talks just like that. And then so like I'm just sitting there waiting and then I'll start talking and he'd be like, why'd you interrupt me?
Yeah, you still interrupted me. I was still talking. But this is about how much water we change. The shrimp grow a little bit faster. They get a little bit larger. Overall quality and health of them seems to be overall improved. And then on top of it, the plants, they grow faster. The moss especially and algae issues are almost non-existent. I do have an algae tank here and there that has Cleb or Blackbeard. Some of like the 10-year-old tanks, they have Blackbeard algae. There's just so much debris in there. So once the rest of the house is kind of finished, Shelby's room needs shrimp in it this week. Then the garage makeover. Shelby's got some tanks by the front door she needs done. And then once all the new tanks are done and taken care of, we'll be going through the whole house and any imperfected tanks will be perfected.
Jeff, I feel so sorry for you. -21. I couldn't eat. I would be dead.
The ice cream though outside is probably so good. but like that's it.
That
That's
sounds
it.
so unpleasant. It doesn't even sound like it. It's like the worst thing in the world. But you maybe survive like a zombie apocalypse. I don't think they would do very well in that weather. Even they would be like, no,
Moving slow.
turn around. They're like too cold. Curb Keeper said, I'm not looking forward to Jersey. Not gonna lie, I hate driving in that state. Yeah, I got like one of the biggest toll bills was from New Jersey, and it was because you go into like this one bridge, and it's like 5 exits on this one bridge, and you only have not even a half a mile to figure out which exit you're supposed to take, and you've never been there before. Good luck, everybody. And I'm not happy about it. And my exit was like to the left and then like a down ramp, and I couldn't even physically see it. And I went to the one right to the left of it. That makes you have to go all the way across the bridge. That costs like $30 something, and then all the way back. And I almost missed it the second time, and I would have lost it at that point. And I'm pretty good at navigating, but I am still traumatized by that bridge. And Jenna says, are there some fully aquatic turtles? There is a lot of fully aquatic turtles. I don't really need anything. Sea turtles. Are there live bearing aquatic turtles? I don't know, actually. Are there one that lay their eggs in water? I don't think there is.
No, the fly river turtles' eggs
Do
are
they?
in water. Yeah.
That's cool.
Or they're submerged underneath in sand still.
I see. It says, I love LA, but the Aquashella dates won't work for me this year. I'll have to go to Dallas for me. Well, I'm glad we'll be able to see you there. Curses. Don't let my travel horror stories deter you from seeing the world. You got this. You see, every experience on the plane has been good. I still don't like flying. I haven't got sick the last few times, and I still don't enjoy it at all. It was okay, but I just don't want to deal with it. Mojave G said, I need easy shrimp to care, failed once. Neos are usually generally the easiest ones. We'd need to know your parameters, but the best is just to make sure you get them from a good source, that they're hardy shrimp. And they pretty much survive in everything. Yes, looking forward to it. Jenna said, I'd love to see someone enter a single brine shrimp into the fish show. That would be hilarious. Actually, you know what? Daphnia. They're so cute.
I entered the isopod.
Yeah, that was
I
funny.
mean, it's still pretty much the same joke.
How hard would it be to line breed brine shrimp for size and color? That'd be crazy if someone was doing that. You think that it would probably be possible too. Jenna said that's for someone else to figure out. Oh, where is it? Shiny gold. Thank you so much, Shrimp Sanctuary. Says, thank you for dedicating your time and expertise to the hobbyist community. Your efforts are incredibly valuable and play a vital role in shaping and inspiring the next generation of enthusiasts. I could cry. That was so nice.
Thanks, Benny.
So sweet.
Appreciate it. I just agree with a lot of the ways we should be taking care of the shrimp, should be taking care of their pets and not just toilet water bowl and just letting it sit and doing its own thing. So the more you can do and take care of your shrimp, the happier they're going to be. I think the better they're going to produce and take care of themselves for you. So
yeah, and a lot of your videos are wonderful and great information for a lot of people. And it's nice that you're actually able to put some science behind it too. And that's what I'm hoping to get to that level. especially with my new rack and the differences in some of the products and whether they do matter and they don't matter. So it's really enjoyable just to go on that journey and still figure it out. Because we got a lot of people that love to talk about things that they necessarily didn't do, or seen someone else have success, but necessarily they didn't have success. That's why we don't like to talk about things we really haven't done, and we'll always use the disclaimer, like undergravel filters, for example. There's a lot of people that have had success with them. We don't tend to use them. They even say in some of the, like on Brightwell's packaging, it says to not use with undergravel filters. It breaks it down too fast. So there's different reasons why we would not use something. It doesn't mean we don't think that it's good or that you shouldn't use it. It's just something we have no experience and don't plan on doing that, because when you have like something that's working, we're going to share what's working for us, and people can share what's working for them, and we can collaborate and talk about things like that. But thank you so much.
One thing I forgot to talk about though also is whether you're doing shrimp water changes or fish or turtles or anything like that, you always want to suck the water out from the bottom of the water column. All the heavier debris, the dirtier water, all the pollution is going to be in the bottom. So by doing your water changes from the very bottom, you get the majority of the waste water out of the tank that way.
Yeah, so that's a problem with our hose on the tanks too. It is too big to really wash it properly. No amount of alcohol going down that, which we've done multiple times. No amount of dish soap, no amount of nothing going down that is going to take care of all the bacteria, because you can't scrub it. So it's still going to have remnants of it. Shorter hoses you could probably soak pretty good. If you have one that's shorter, I would suggest a bucket. Maybe you could do vinegar, you could do bleach. I mean, you could do just about anything and make sure that it dries out for a couple days before you use it again.
Yeah, we don't actually clean out the inside of the hose, just the outside of the hose. We don't use that hose to fill up the tanks. So it's not going back into any of the tanks. So none of the waste or pollution or pathogens are going to go from the hose into the tanks. And then we go from the best tanks to the worst tanks because it might fall off.
I'm not going to read out Crip's comment, but it's hilarious. So you should read it, Grant.
But if you were worried about like the gunk buildup in the hose, you can always fill up a 5-gallon bucket with a good bleach solution and then suck it out.
You don't need to suck it out. You just
soak
it in
you
there.
Siphon the hose out, and then you get all of the waste out by Yeah.
You just told them not to suck on it, and you're like, suck on it.
Not actually use your mouth to suck on it, but use the hose to suck it out.
That would be wash it out.
No, because you're using the hose to pull it out. You're not washing it out with your hands.
You're washing it out.
No.
You're washing it out.
You're sucking it out.
We're gonna have to agree to disagree on this one. It is washing it out. Wash out your hose. Okay? Don't listen to Grant. Don't suck out your hose. It's getting known as that. So do you clean the end of the hose between tanks? So that's the whole reason he does the numbering system, is we do it from like our best tank to the worst tank. It would take a little too long for us to clean between each individual tank. Now, if there's one that actually has a problem or like a few, what he'll do is save those for the last, and then in between those few, he'll clean them to make sure, like, say this one had algae or something in it and he doesn't want to get it in the next tank, he'll clean it from that one, and he'll usually soak the hose for at least 20 minutes, if not longer. Yeah. Jeff is fancy over here, has a dedicated siphon and separate dedicated fill hose. Yeah, we have that too. Sorry. I forgot about that. But yeah.
We got fill hoses.
Yes. Yeah.
We need to get more. We got fill pumps that don't have hose.
That's a big reason why we don't care to clean the one that takes the water out. It doesn't matter much, and we don't ever suck on the other end. So we don't care much. The only part that's really clean is the part that will go into the tank. So Craig said, if you haven't drunk a few liters of tank water, are you really a keeper? No. I think every single person, especially even in like emergencies, you're going.
But I would think everybody would prefer not to do it. I would just say that. If they had a way that was easy enough to do it without sucking on it, they would do it.
Scotty said, almost caught up. The baby has more hair than me already. That's so funny. Passing Wood said, with the amount of water you guys output, do you have a gray water system?
No. I think that's like an up north thing. I don't think people in Florida
What
have
is
gray
that?
water. It like catches like wastewater that isn't like septic. I believe.
I feel like
It's an up north thing. I don't think we have that in Florida.
Yeah, we have different terms for things, so sometimes it's move on though. Yeah. Yeah, you could definitely spread something if you don't see it. Luckily, we know our tanks pretty well. Doesn't mean it doesn't happen. Gray water is wastewater collected from sources like showers, tubs, bathrooms, sinks, and washing machines. Ew. No. It's a whole new thing to read about. Is that a thing? Do we even have that happen here? Okay. Scotty said, if the turtle's 100% aquatic, we can bring it up to the show committee, but I don't want to waste their time unless someone has that and wants to bring it, if it even exists.
What if I didn't even know the rules last year and I was like, I can't get this siren in the bag? My backup was going to be turtle. And I'm not even lying. I almost gave up. And then at the very end, the siren jumped out of the tank into the bag. And I was like, I almost gave up on you, little guy. And it won first place. So, but it was almost a turtle. And I didn't know until Jesse told me, yeah, they need to let turtles in here. And I was like, I was close to bringing a turtle. Very close. Arowanas would be, or not arowanas, matamatas should be like the only one not allowed because of how cold it is that time of the year. They should not be in that building. That building gets cold, hot, cold, hot.
But you might as well move up northeast for the year. BCA is 1 month, Aquashella, and Clash in September. Yeah, 3 events up there. It's gonna be crazy. See, that's not too far of a drive, and it's so funny. His grandfather looks at me like I'm crazy when I say that, because like we'll talk about going to like Chicago, and I'm like, yeah, that's not a problem. But
speaking of Chicago, you're talking to the people that went to a show one weekend in Chicago, drove home back to Florida to drop the kids off, and then went back to Chicago for another show that weekend. So back-to-back trips to Chicago, 17-hour drives. I don't think we had one deep dish pizza.
no, I don't like deep dish.
Not that year. I got it last year though. I just like it once a year.
I wasn't
not a big
doing
fan
that
of
to
it
you.
either. There's a lot of.
She's coming at me like she got beef or something.
I
Oh,
like how
she's
they
probably
tunnel through
hungry.
that. No, they're not hungry. Look
Why
how
are you
fat she
looking at-
is. You
I
ever
know.
call her hungry?
Yeah, I got.
Oh my god!
Felipe
If it's one thing, it's that the newts are definitely fat because they get overfed. Because I see
But they
them
look so
wiggling and
cute.
jiggling. and
Yeah,
I'm like,
they look
yeah,
hungry.
get some worms.
He looks hungry. She looks hungry. Felipe said, I used a squeeze condiment bottle from the dollar store to start my siphon. End fits in any size hose. Squeeze, insert, release, and try to remember to keep the end over the drain. Yeah, Grant's got to remember that the end of the hose isn't
Sometimes
inside.
you pull on the hose to get more slack, and it comes out the door. Okay.
Yeah. That's a good idea, though. That is a great recommendation there. It's cold everywhere up north. That sucks for you guys.
It's cold here too. I don't want to go outside. It sucked just going to get Chinese food. Me and Layla ran.
Crip said, Shelby, we should be travel buddies. I love the act of flying. I hate the airports and travel in general. You sound like the opposite. Yeah. I was super happy. I don't know where we were going to
Las
Vegas. The layover was wonderful. We got some great food. I was full. We got back on the plane. I was like, that was great. I didn't want to get back on the plane though. And then like it
On the way
I
home
had-
was really good too because they had this bagel place and it was like the best
it
bagel
was so
ever.
good.
A $26 bagel, I think.
It
But
better be good.
it was good. It was massive in size, but it was good.
Yeah, and it's the only thing that did terrify me. There's like a system in the airplane or something. I have it on film. No one else was reacting to this. I only remembered it again too because I just saw it on Grant's phone. That in the cabin, it was like this smoke, like
It's
rolling.
the condensation when
Yeah.
they roll into Florida because of
oh my
how
gosh,
non-humid it was in Las Vegas
Steam
when
or
they
something.
sealed us in, and then they have to let that Florida humidity in. It did it to some. Candace
But they
also
should-
posted a video of
right?
it.
They should warn people
Yeah.
so they don't start panicking when they've never flown before. Like these people assume that people have seen this or there's
Probably
like a
like to see
video.
the panic. They're like, we're on the floor.
I'm literally
We're
looking
landing
at everyone
anyways.
else, and I'm like, no one sees this. We're not gonna blow up in a second. Like, am I the only one who's bothered by this? What is going on? The pure panic I was having and like silence. Like, I feel like I'm just gonna die in silence because like I'm just gonna die of like a anxiety attack because I never say anything, and I'm just like my heart's beating 1,000 miles an hour. Thank you so much, Zach, member for 12 months. Woohoo, a full year. It's been worth it. Lots of fun Monday nights. Thank you for joining us. Really appreciate it.
And in those 12 months, we only missed one live stream, and that was the one where we were in Vegas. And I even looked at Will, and Will's like,
Oh, it's the
"What are you
time
doing?
difference.
What you got going on?" I was like, "I gotta get this stuff done. I got a live stream in 45 minutes." We got everything done in 15 minutes, and then somebody was like, "Dinner," and then we're like, "Food," and then we're like, "Oh yeah, let's do it." And then we forgot about the live stream. So,
Yeah.
we missed one last year. We won't let it happen this year.
Oh. Jenna, it's good that you live near the power company. It definitely makes a difference if you're closer. They usually, even if it does go out, it's like the first place they put back up.
Hers
Yes.
is the only package we haven't sent out, isn't it?
Yeah,
You need
that's
to get
because of
on
Layla.
that. Layla?
And we're waiting on
I thought
Layla.
Layla finished.
No.
She's got finishing touches to do.
Yes.
All right.
And she's just been not in the mood, and I'm not going to force her.
She's a struggling artist.
Oh,
already.
and we're waiting on me. That I
Yes.
did forget the
That's
other
why I
part.
said you gotta get
Yeah,
that
so it is
done.
my fault.
Either
too.
way, though.
Not just my
you should
daughters.
get that done.
Jeff Kane, member for 32 months. Thank you. That is crazy. And it says sledding party at Stephen P's. I would actually go out to just go sledding. I would complain too much about the cold, and everybody would be like, "Go home."
And beignets, sledding and beignets.
Oh, that's not and hot.
I actually saw the coffee call when I did the taxes. I was like, oh
Oh,
man.
I'm looking forward. Hopefully,
Going
we
the
make
wrong
it
way.
there.
My
That
tank
year.
is over here. Jesus.
Megan Hills says, does Grant have those tanks marked for water level he drains to, or is he just that skilled to get them all even like that?
Oh, they're not even.
They look even. It's perceiving.
They're not. There's like 1.5 inches off on each one.
No, it's not too bad. It looks pretty good.
There's definitely an
There's
incher
been
here.
worse. There's
There's a whole incher here. Oh, you can't
it's
see
pretty
it.
good. Like sometimes. Oh yeah, it is. I guess it's because of the perception that you're
Of the
at,
lighting.
but it's still pretty good. I mean, there you go. You can kind of see it's a little. Those two middle tanks are a little lower, but he's still pretty good at it. Something's wrong with this TV though. There's something
Sometimes.
weird. I cannot look at
I'll
my
drain
face.
it all the way because the kids will be like, "Dad, can you do this for me?" And
Physical lighting.
I'll forget about it, and then all of a sudden, I don't know. Don't do that though. So,
My eyes look freaky, don't they?
only when
They
you
look
did
like
that.
they have like glaucoma.
No, your eyes
So
look
weird.
fine, Shelby.
I'm losing it.
You got the clock.
Oh no, and most of the time it's pretty even. It's just knowing how long it takes to drain. That's just years of draining them. Shelby doesn't want to do a Tally impression. I'm not very good with it. Grant's pretty good with it. But no.
You're slacking here, Shelby. This is way too much silence. Come on.
It was just so funny. This comment's like, I'm behind on chat 10 minutes, but it just lined up perfectly. This is getting weird.
Silent
Just
movie,
stare.
yes.
This is
Got
what
2 more tanks
happens.
to
This is
drain.
your fault.
2
You
more tanks to
decided.
drain. An hour in, and I've drained 18 tanks.
Okay, Crip
And
says
scraped them.
gray water is non-toilet waste, so kitchen and shower only.
And I would
Showers
say,
get gross too.
I would say I'm talking a little bit and a little bit distracted or whatnot, but usually it probably takes me about 3 hours to drain and scrape 50 tanks. And then I'm just filling them up the rest of the day. So when people ask me how long I spend doing water changes, scraping is like the hard part. Draining is the hard part. And then filling them up, that's just easy. Like I'm watching videos, I'm relaxing. I might, fill up a lot of them really fast, and then once it gets to the last 10% or whatever, I might move on to the next tanks and then do the last little bit slow, so that way I have to pay attention and I can bounce around while the tanks are filling up the majority of the 40%.
So Running Water said, did you say it goes into your pool? Yes, our pool is a koi and turtle pond, and those go right into it. And then usually by the time he's done with all the tanks in the house, then he water changes the pool.
Well, not water
with
change.
the ponds.
I
and then
drain
water
it and I
change.
feed the plants.
Yeah. So, and then Crypt Keeper says, if you want to travel by RV, you will get to know gray water and black water very quickly. Yes. Yeah. Like when you put it that way, it makes a lot more sense. Now I'm thinking it's just not something we do in the home. So.
No, they do it in other homes up north.
Oh.
Yeah.
Your shrimp water would be considered gray water. Yep. We've used it also to water plants in my garden. It's great. It's great water. A lot of my plants do much better with it. Who's Greg? I was gonna ask that, and then I realized the context in that. Fishing Vibes TV said, do you have any South American bumblebee cats?
We don't really do fish.
That would be cool though. I don't know of anyone that actually has those. I was trying to think if like Ryan had them or something. The only other person I would think would have them.
Sabu, maybe.
Yes.
Sabu does a lot of cats.
Oh yeah, Saburai Aquatics, Running Water, but they look so cute. Let's feed them. That's exactly my downfall to all fish and newts. Me and Grant have gone where I went and fed them because they look so hungry and they look pathetic. I mean, the one right now, she has her hand on the glass, like looking at us.
Oh, she's opening up her mouth real big, like I could eat. Come on.
So cute. And it's like, oh, you really want to feed it, but it's going to get overfed. Favorite toppings on bagels? Like the type of bagel?
Bacon, egg, and cheese, always. But I do like a little strawberry cream cheese on like a sweet bagel too.
I think he means like what kind of bagel? Like the jalapeno cheddar, the everything bagel.
An everything bagel,
yeah.
or a garlic or an onion.
We have a bagel shop that makes egg everything bagels. Those are really good. That's pretty much the ones we usually get. When in New Jersey, I can tell you where to get the best pizza, ice cream, donuts, etc. Let me know when you will be around. We'll have to remember to message Bugsy for the best places, okay? Because they had big bowls, little plates. Yeah, I said that right. And it's gone. That was our favorite place. I do like Thai food. If you have a favorite Thai food place, that would be also awesome. Or Indian food. Scotty said, I really like my Purells. They have made lots of babies and they look great. In my opinion, next step is to put them in shows. How do I do that? And which ones should I? Now, which shrimp should you put in the shows, or which shows should you put them in? let me get that question a little bit more clear, so I'm not wasting my time or your time. Camera view makes it look good. Go with it, Grant. I know he could have. He could have just lied and said that it was good, but he had to. He had to say it. Two Dog says, with your air pump so high on your rack, do you use check valves on all your airlines for the one pump? Yes. Yeah, they all have their own little valves. Yeah. Megan Hill says all of our tank water we take out goes to plants. Yeah, it's the best. It's the best fertilizer. Jeff Kane, thank you so much for gifting 10 Garden of Eater memberships. If you did get gifted, like I said earlier, you do get a 10% off discount to our website, The Garden of Eater, tgoeshrimp.com. So email us at thegardenofeater@gmail.com for that 10% off and your fancy membership sticker. Thank you so much, Jeff. Sorry.
Thank you, Jeff.
Did I scare you?
I want to make sure I got that in.
The baby woke up. She's happy too. Thank you. Everything bagel with turkey and onion cream cheese. That sounds good too.
So we got a trash can here full of GH only mineralized RO water to about 150 to 160 total dissolved solids. I got to plug it in still, but I've got my little valve two-way so I can fill up 2 tanks at the same time, and it's got adjuster valves on them so I can slow it down and not fill it up too fast.
Don't go away.
Don't go away.
I didn't understand this question. I must have been wrong. So Tube said, with your air pump so high on your rack, do you use check valves on all your airlines for the one pump?
No, we don't use any check valves at all. You don't need. There's no way that the water can go up into the air pump. It could always like drain your tank or something like that. But we also have all of the airlines above the tanks too. So it's never happened to me. Knock on wood. But I'm sure maybe there's some water in some of our PVC lines or something like that. But
so when the water goes back through the tube.
It's just when the power outage, but the system needs to be underneath it. So there's no.
I've never seen it. Pause. Yeah, I've never seen it go back up through, even with it being off. So I guess that's why I didn't understand. My bad. I'm sorry. So Scotty says, I want to put PRLs into shows. Which shows should I start with? What is the process?
Any of the American Shrimp contests are great shows. That the contest is built for getting beginners going into contests. You need 5 shrimp.
Walk around, weirdo.
You need 5 shrimp, or 3 to 5 shrimp to enter. Any less will get you disqualified. Any more, you want your biggest, most beautiful shrimp that all look the same, and you'll do good.
And then Crip says, do we get to watch an overflow happening live? This is a rare occurrence for YouTube, common for Shelby. You know, I should start recording and just have like 1,000 clips of when Grant overflows every time. Like just the amount of dripping and the amount of water, the amount of towels he uses. It would be ridiculous, honestly. I could just make like a TikTok of just that. Just Grant overflowing things. Yes. Now, he hasn't often this year, but he hasn't been doing as many water changes as normal. So we'll see once he picks up and really gets going again.
I have flooded twice, though, already.
When and where are the American Shrimp Contest?
At the Aquashellas. I got to confirm that with Rob still. Today was a holiday, so I'll try and get on that tomorrow.
See, I caught up in chat.
Do you know where the outlet is?
Siketti Nono knows what's going on. What outlet?
The
Oh.
white one that I used for my water changes?
That's in the garage in a black bin. Good luck. May the odds be in your favor. No, but seriously, it's like right when you walk in to the right and then empty bin. Is Grant holding a mop or a hose? He's overflowing. It's always towels. It's just towels. Hi.
Or a shop vac.
Hi. Oh, yeah. When it gets really extreme, then it's the shop vac. Did you have a good little nap? That's how long she naps. That was it. You guys watched it. It wasn't even a full hour. I can't believe we've been streaming for this long, though. It went fast. Yeah. That was it. That's so funny. No, usually if Grant's overflowing, it's one of us yelling that the tank is overflowing, or you hear "Dad" real loud. Dennis said, "My daughter is crazy for your daughter's room. She's driving me mental for a setup with a 10-gallon wall." Oh, that's crazy. That is so wonderful. That'd be so cool if you could actually do that and then like video it, and it'd be so cool. Oh, that's so exciting. It's so interesting. Like, and there's a lot of people like, because there's been a lot of people do shrimp tours or tours of our house, and then they see like our kids room like that, and I'm like, these kids want this tank, and then they love them and talk about them all the time. And like, if they decided that they didn't want them in their room anymore, we'd probably break it down and take it out. Like, they don't have to have it in there, but our kids learn that the more tanks we have, the better we do, the more money they get, for their games or their outfits or things that they want. So they're learning life lessons with the tanks as well. So it's not just like we're taking over and their life is so miserable is what I get in the comments. But, to each their own. Our children are happy with the way it is. And I'm glad that someone else's daughter is as crazy as ours. Oh, I love it. And
Layla did run all the way to Lucas's house yesterday to check it out too.
oh yeah, the barn. Yeah, she full on sprinted too, and I was like, "How are you?" It's crazy. She just wanted to come see you guys and see how you were doing, and then the room. Felipe, 6 years, and I had my first flood changing water this week. Oh no. That sucks. 6 years though, because I give him so much troubles for flooding, and I did slightly over flood one time. Not saying that I haven't flooded really bad other times, but like doing it on my own.
My God,
That's
I'm trying to
crazy.
go 6 weeks.
You mean 6 days?
Hey.
6 hours? I'm just kidding. I would say it was days, though. I don't know if you've gone 6 days without flooding a tank.
So I have. I've gone
like
6
while
weeks.
you're doing water changes.
I've done, yes.
You can't say that you've gone 6 days without water, without changing water and flooding if you're not changing water. That's not fair. That doesn't count. So I would like for you to go 6 days without flooding a tank. Oh, man.
Scoot over so I can be a part of it.
You're good where you're at. I really can't move, though. There's like no leg room to move anywhere. We can just do this.
Yeah.
There we go. Coro said, I think a good mop and bucket like the yellow Rubbermaid ones would be good for a fish room if you had sheet vinyl flooring or a tile or something. So yeah, we have tile and we could do that, but like that thing's huge. I am struggling with this Chinese food. We should probably switch. No, you have to get up.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is not good. What? So she has 4 tanks in a room and a 200-gallon pond. Oh, my daughter would probably be jealous of that too.
The wife isn't happy
Yeah.
though.
Oh, that's so cool. Another aquarium enthusiast. That is awesome. Vibes Aquatics, thank you so much for the $4.99 super chat. Said, did Grant say I can enter 5 big shrimps? That's the same bacon wrapped cheese, cream cheese, stuffed and grilled.
They
Love
gotta be
ya.
alive. I'm just saying, there's points off if they're not healthy.
Well, they're healthy for other. Well, bacon wrapped. You kind of
Listen,
took off the healthy part.
The biggest part about
Cream
being healthy
cheese.
is being alive. That's like number one. Like if it's not alive, it can't be healthy. It could be healthy for something else, but it itself is not healthy.
So you're saying all meat is unhealthy? Because it's dead.
Healthy for who? Is what I'm saying. But not itself.
It
It's
says
dead.
Myra, so adorable. Thank you so much, Vibes. I don't know how you could eat those though. I try so hard to eat them, but it just doesn't happen. She is all over the place. 50 shirts of gray water. 50 water changes, yep. I did not change water yesterday though. Oh, it's been a whole 2 days since my last overflow. That's funny. Jesse said, Grant, don't feel bad. I flooded out the new pond, lots of water.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
It probably took so long to fill up. You're just like, I'll be back. I'll go to the store. And then you're like, I'll do something else. And then somebody else found it probably. And you're like, oh, yeah, I can't believe it's done.
Oh. Big Steve Glass Boxes, thank you so much. Gifting Garden of Eater membership. I swear this spiel is getting to me. You should say it this time.
What, big shrimping?
No.
Oh, all
He
right.
loves to do that every time.
So if you got the membership, please email us at thegardenofeater@gmail.com. Send us your name and address. We'll send you a little holographic exclusive membership TGOE sticker. And then you also get a 10% off code to our website, tgoeshrimp.com. By the way, if you weren't here last week and you don't know, our membership code changed. You have to email us to get the new code, and we will verify that you are still a member in order to get it. So,
Bugsy said, my son is hooked on sharks and gators now that we had a road trip to Florida. Now shrimp aren't so cool. Yeah,
my
makes
son
sense.
also likes sharks.
Snakes.
And the kids both like gators, I would say.
Stephen P. said, being a dead shrimp is not the best interest of shrimp. Do shrimp have interest, though?
I think
Food?
their interest is always scavenging.
Like,
They're
what if it's like a more of like, I get the smaller pieces and like the smallest pieces I can find, and the other one's like, I get the biggest pieces I can find of food. And then like they have challenges, you know, like you never know. They might have challenges. They might like try to out eat the other one. Sometimes I swear they do that, and that's why like one shrimp dies once in a blue moon is just because it's like, I'm gonna get your food. It's like a bully of the rest. It's awful, but like, you know, you put people in a box and they're mean too.
Zen's 4 months away from that 3-year mark.
Yeah, getting closer. Thank you so much, Zen Ginger, member for 32 months. Shrimp game. Oh man, I wish I could. If I knew how to like edit and like make little shrimps be able to talk, I would make like little videos like that. It'd be so funny. I don't know what that sound is. Are you flooding in the hallway?
No.
Oh. Are you sure there's no water running in the hallway?
Yeah, I don't know what you're talking about. I don't hear anything other than the tanks being filled up behind us. So.
Okay. I don't know. I hear things all the time.
All the time.
Mm-hmm. There's a lot going on.
I wish you heard things like, Granny needs ice cream. And like, what was that?
It is late. You're not getting ice cream.
Yeah, but if you
Stephen
just heard
P.
that, you know?
Shrimp having heated debates over where the best biofilm grows. Or like, man, it hasn't rained here in a little bit. Like, it's so bad in these tanks. What if they're just arguing that he doesn't, like, the God hasn't come to do my water changes yet? The giant hasn't been here.
What if they all named you? What if you got a shrimp name? You don't even know.
They know. They called me Helga. She's so big. That's Helga.
Why is shrimp German all of a sudden?
A lot of them do come from Germany. Like some of the special patterns definitely came from Germany. What would they be? You know, do they have a language? Have you ever seen
I
like the
don't know.
cats that do? Cora says, "Who are you to say the Shrimp Society doesn't have elected shrimp officials?" Graham. Spaghetti says, "Have you gone to seeing gators getting fed?" I mean, we see them at like a lot of the parks here. Like they have like shows that feed gators at some of the zoos and things like that. But
Yeah, they even had it, I think, at once upon a time at the Wikiwachi Springs. They did like a little gator feeding thing.
I mean, you
So-
feed the baby gators when you go putt golfing here. I don't know if you guys have that, if that's normal everywhere, but we have baby gators at like putt and you feed them. So
But you don't want to feed the gators in wild. Don't do that.
Zen says, y'all gonna need to add a 3-year membership badge soon. It only goes to 2 years now. Oh, I didn't know
You gotta
that.
add some badges.
Oh, I don't know that. I don't
We
even know
add
how to
some
do that, so I'll have
badges.
to figure that out.
We need some icons. Do we even have like cool little emojis?
Like, no, I don't know how to do that either. Yeah, and even Ed has that. Who did that for Ed? Ed didn't do
Ed
that.
did it for himself.
No,
Joke's
there's
on
no
you,
way.
Shelby.
There's no way. He
I
is
believe
so
in Ed.
cute.
Ed
It's
is
the
fully
little
capable of
kitty
doing
and
That's all me. Ed probably made them for other people too.
his PTSD from past floods. It really is. I tell him all the time when I hear things running all the time that's what I have. There's been some really bad ones that are just like, it's a good 10-15 minute cleanup and I'm just done with it at that. That's not even that bad. The big flood was bad. It's never too late for ice cream. He's the one who will complain about eating ice cream that late though. You're just like over here kicking me.
Depends.
What's going on? Yeah, if we're traveling, it's not like that big of an issue.
No, but I'd rather not be up for a few hours when we could have eaten ice cream at 8 o'clock and not midnight. Okay.
Dennis says, I have a 44 with samurai soil and cycling. I have never had shrimp, but that's my next venture. Watching your videos has made me want to try. It's so hard in Ohio to find good shrimp.
But we do ship our shrimp up to Ohio all the time. So
Ship your shrimp. You should try to do like a video of that, saying it 3 times fast. I don't think you could do that.
Shrimp.
Oh, are you watching the water in the?
Yeah.
It does look like it's almost full in that one, but
adjustment here.
yeah. But we do ship all over. I'm surprised. Do you not have like a club in Ohio? I thought there was a club up there. Well, depends on what part of
Pittsburgh.
Ohio. Is there an alligator shrimp? No, that would be so cool. SS shrimp.
Interior shrimp, crocodile, alligator.
Scotty says, I can confirm that you do not feed gators when you putt here. Okay. So maybe it's more of a Florida thing. Yes. Need member stickers. Yep. We need a lot of things. Running Water says, question, have you guys ever had a gator in your yard or iguanas or monitor or python?
Iguanas, yes, but that's because we had a pet iguana. But never alligator or anything cool other than snakes. Snakes are like the only thing that we'll get in our yard. Very rare. Is it ever like a threatening snake? I think only once we had a pygmy rattlesnake in the front yard. I don't know if it was at this house or the old house though. It was so long. It was when I was real young. But we found snakes in the pool and stuff like that, but it's never been a water moccasin. It's always just been like a ringneck, a gardener snake, a corn snake, black racer,
Um,
Cuban tree
so
frogs.
I've had multiple iguanas in my yard. I grew up in the Keys. They're rampant down there. They're on like every dock, trees. They're everywhere. But where we are is a little too cold, so most iguanas do not survive. Um, no monitors. I don't think I've ever actually seen like a monitor in the wild, and there are a little bit more in the
There-
Keys now. So,
There's monitors in the Everglades,
but that's all
but
Everglades and
it's
South.
5
It's like
hours
all
away
of
from
that.
us to most of the hot spots.
Yeah. We're just too cold for those things to survive here. They just kind of die off. They don't breed or anything. She's so cute. Yeah. You're distracting me. I can't do anything.
Never a python
No.
unless you're down near Homestead and
It's
the
just too cold.
Everglades towards the Keys area. They're not up this far.
Time for ice cream is always now. That was for Stephen P. Thank you so much. Gifted 5 Garden of Eden memberships. Thank you so much. If you did get gifted membership, please email us at thegardenofeater@gmail.com and you get your 10% off discount and your fancy holographic sticker. Oh, yeah. Did you say thank you yet? No. Oh, you sound like it. She said, yeah. Yeah. She's gonna get up and get going. I know that for sure. I don't think I'm gonna be able to keep up. At the beginning of this stream, she was eyeing the mic. She looked like she wanted to grab that. Alligator shrimp would be so dope. That would be really cool.
And then you can see the tanks are being filled up. We don't go really fast for 2 reasons. One, we don't want to kick up the substrate. The other one is we want to give time for the water to mix in and the substrate to buffer and lower that pH. Using the RO water, the water's already pretty neutral to low pH already. So it's not really that big of a deal adding this into the tank. There's not really that high of a pH shock or anything like that.
I caught up in chat again. It doesn't happen very often.
Yeah. So, like I mentioned this week, we got the cricket farm going with the kids. We got to look into what we need to be able to sell crickets. But I think if we get the farm going, we don't really have that many reptiles that eat crickets. So we will have excess of crickets. Maybe we can ship them out and figure that all out, or bring them to club meetings and stuff like that. So it's funny how the kids are asking me like the first 3 days to go check on the crickets to look at the eggs, and then I was like, no, when we get back from Lucas's house, we can do it. And then they didn't ask at all today. We went to Lucas's house yesterday to celebrate Wesley's birthday. We were supposed to do that last month. However, the kids got sick, then the baby and mom got sick, and we just haven't been able to make it over there until yesterday. But it was really nice. Lucas's tanks all look real nice because he cleaned them up for Joey. He had a nice little new setup in the front, not the front, in his living room at his main house. So that was a new addition. He added
that's
on
cool. It's like a paludarium.
He finished up the wall, like kind of in front of his loft area. So it's really cool to see his fish room come together and evolve. At least 2 years. I don't know how long he's been down here. At least 2 years though, because
Has it been
this is
that
the
already?
second.
Wow.
This is the second year we've gone to celebrate Wesley's birthday. So she's so derpy. She got herself caught in the roots. I don't know why she's trying to go backwards. She could just go forwards.
Yeah, I know.
She's been derpy.
Yeah. Just
But
come this way.
the
Yeah. Come on.
is she shedding too? Again?
No.
No? Alright. She's out. She's just so derpy.
She's hungry.
Oh, here, take the baby. We're gonna flood. We're gonna flood.
You blame the baby. Dairy and soda sounds so gross, but yum. Ice cream floats. They're like the best. Mm-mm-mm. Do you really not keep ice cream in the house? So I'm really curious. We don't actually keep ice cream in our house. We just go get it. Running Water says, being in Florida, you probably shouldn't have a hard time finding homes for crickets. Yeah, no, like they just no, and then they just go outside. We have so many crickets outside. I wish I could catch them.
Yeah, I would say our house outside has more crickets and knoll lizards than anybody else in our county, probably. Our next door neighbor is a vet tech, and when I was a kid, walking in between our two houses, I would see a reptile room. She had a bunch of corn snakes, leopard geckos, Chinese water dragons, Pac-Man frogs, a whole bunch of different stuff. And she would breed out her own crickets. The whole method of breeding the crickets out is her method still. So it was kind of cool teaching the kids the method that she taught me how to breed crickets. And she would just breed too many crickets and then just release the eggs outside, and there would be just tons and tons of crickets in the neighborhood, or not neighborhood, but in our house area. And I never really knew why until I found out Kim was breeding her own crickets. Mm-hmm. And then when we started feeding our chameleons at first, I would get a box of 1,000 crickets, and I'd open it up, and no matter what you did, a ninja cricket would be on the lid, just ready to jump out and escape. And it would get away and want to go into the container that you're trying to put all your crickets in and whatnot. So we had to do it outside so crickets wouldn't get in the house. And every time I get my little tub set up, I get my knife out and get all the crickets over there, there would be like a circle of knoll lizards around me waiting for those crickets to escape. And I always made sure like they all got one, and there's so many of them around. And you flip up any of the pavers in our backyard, and there's like a herd of crickets underneath each one.
Sometimes I just space out and then come back, and I'm like, wait, he's still talking about crickets?
I can talk about crickets all day.
I guess
Don't
so.
Try me.
I swear there was
I'll
like a
talk
10-minute
about gut-loaded
conversation
crickets.
about crickets.
Talk about feeding your crickets. That way they get them big old white bellies.
We do have a lot of lizards, though, because of those crickets. So it's like we got a land of lizards.
I said that if you didn't tune me out.
It's kind of hard not to. But we got excess snow and cold. Can we ship it somewhere else? Absolutely not. You cannot ship it anywhere else. I guess you could try to ship it back to Canada. They don't, like, what would be the difference, you know? Like, they wouldn't even notice. Running Water said, everyone should get a derpy day without criticism. Johnny Best, thank you so much for gifting 5 Garden of Eden memberships. Grant's turn.
All right. So if you got one of
There
those
we go.
5 memberships, make sure you email us at thegardeneater@gmail.com. We will need your name and address, and then we will send you a all-exclusive holographic members-only TGOE sticker and a 10% off code to our website, tgoeshrimp.com. She got the double monk still.
Yeah.
Little bald area,
Really
double
weird.
monking it up.
It's so weird. Yeah. You say something? No. Zach says, do you guys have any extreme blue bolts available?
So I don't sell what you call extreme blue bolts. We sell A grade and then S plus grade. And the A grade is just, they're going to be whiter than anything that I would consider an extreme blue bolt. However, the S grades are all going to be extremes most of the time. However, blue bolts are just moody. Sometimes they're solid blue, sometimes they're half and half. One day, the next day they're back to being solid blue. So the ones that are S grade, they're from my higher grade colonies. They stay true to being blue 90% of the time, but I just don't guarantee them to be extreme because in the male, most of the time they get stressed out. They'll look the worst. You put them into the tanks, they start to warm up. They look really good again. So I don't charge the premium price of the extreme blue bolt. So if you do buy a pack of 10, maybe you're not happy with one of them. The rest of them, though, you'll be pretty happy with. I guarantee it.
Honeywater said should put out a Ninja Cricket sticker out for the new biz. Dennis said, come on, you don't want the -14 I have in Cleveland? No, thank you.
I don't like to leave the house when it's below 60 degrees. And I'm not talking -60 either. I'm just talking 60.
I think they know that you were talking about -60 degrees. Yeah, snow looks great, but like not to live in it. That just sounds like a whole new. Sounds like you guys have a lot of challenges with snow. How do
Snow
you
should
even
be on a
dress for
mountain
snow?
like 30 minutes away from town, not in town, not
Right.
in your house. Shouldn't be cold enough until you go up the elevation, and then you're like, oh yeah, snow. That's where it should be.
Thank you so much. Sorry, didn't click it. J. Oliver Guppies and Aquatics. Thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Says I really appreciate you guys. Always enjoy getting to hang out. Wish it was more often. Yes, me too.
I always forget
Enjoy.
what state do you
Thank
live
you.
in, Jay Oliver, because we're traveling a lot this year. We might be able to link up and come visit and do a little Jay Oliver tour if that's in the.
Oh,
works
don't do
possibly.
that. I don't want to come home with more guppies. I feel like I would come home with guppies.
What's wrong?
Arkansas. I can only read this as Arkansas for some reason.
I don't know if we drive through that state at all.
We have, because every time I say it, I say Arkansas.
I don't know.
Or maybe I just see a sign.
I don't know.
Do you even know where it is?
Not exactly. I'll be honest.
That's me right now. Oh, man.
I think it's near.
It's cold
Colorado,
right now, though. Yeah, there's no way. Yeah, that's
But-
what I thought.
But more inland, maybe.
You know, some information just doesn't stick with you. And one thing's for sure is I actually went to geography B and got second place. And like that was between multiple schools, got second place. And you would never know it because I don't remember anything.
If it's north of New Mexico, I'm gonna count that as a win. What? What?
That's not saying much. North of New Mexico, like most things are like north of
Florida's
like
not.
any of those states that we
Texas
don't
isn't.
know. Right. We're saying states we don't know. It's like it's right there.
It's next to New Mexico.
We've
it's
definitely
not
gone through
north, so-
Arkansas to get to Missouri.
No, we go through Tennessee right into Missouri.
Oh man.
But I'm sure we could swing it.
Johnny said, how often do you do tank maintenance? Not enough, if you ask me. I'm just kidding.
Every 2 to 3 weeks.
Jay Oliver says, I also plan to be in Florida at least once this year. I live 4 hours from Dallas. See, that's not that far. 4 hours is nothing. North of Mississippi. Yeah, that's not far at all. Where do we go somewhere in Missouri. We definitely pass through, okay?
Maybe on the way to Colorado.
Colorado, we go like up to Chicago, the way We
don't
like went
have to,
straight
though.
up.
You don't
though.
have to.
Right, but it takes like 3 more days.
No.
That's not the right way to go.
ridiculous.
Not the longest trip. There's got to be something we'll be going to like right around there.
Colorado.
Dallas,
Tell
4
me
hours.
Colorado is going to be the shortest detour. We can argue later. I'll pull out the Google Maps.
We're gonna argue later. Have a good night, Spaghetti. Go have some ice cream for us, please. We never have ice cream here. Now everything's closed at 10:42 at night, and Grant wants ice cream. Jay Oliver said you guys are welcome anytime. Oh man, and you have some really nice guppies. It's a problem. Like I just want to have so many guppies. They're like my favorite, and you got good quality.
No.
You mean my baby.
No.
I can't believe I am about to tap out and you still have a bunch of water to fill tonight.
We don't have to fill them all up. We've got 19 minutes, and then I'll fill these up on my own. all
Fish
right?
Capade said, I hate long drives. Anything more than 30 minutes may as well be on another planet. I used to be that way because I came from a really small town. And I mean, the bus rides weren't even 30 minutes, and I went the entire like loop around and only lived like a minute away from school. So it was a lot when I moved up here, and like every drive that I had to do was 30 minutes to get anywhere, to the doctors, to food, to anything. It was 30 to 40 minutes. And then yeah. Now I travel a lot to the point where I'm like, yeah, 4 hours is nothing. But that's funny. Ty Miller said, not sure who sent it, but thanks for the gifted sub. You're the best. Yeah. We had a bunch of awesome people that gave out some memberships tonight. They are so lovely, and we appreciate them so much. The fish hobby would not be the same without them. That's for sure. If you could breed one guppy, what would it be? Purple snakeskin guppies. I absolutely love purple snakeskin. Is always just so gorgeous to see. So any purple snakeskin guppies. I do like the bluegrass a little bit more than the snakeskin because it's like a little bit more smaller pattern, finer tail. It just looks so pretty. That I would even go for that. But
Mine would be Vienna.
Oh,
I got them from Lady
yeah.
Diane. And
Vienna.
they're originally brought in by Dean in Aquarium Co-op. So they've got a good story to them.
We already have those though.
And that's ones I'm breeding. Makes sense.
I didn't think we were thinking of ones we already have, but
If you could breed just
Vienna,
one,
yeah.
I'm breeding it.
the Vienna
one.
is
I
like
got
the
double
one.
blue swordtail,
Yeah,
Japanese
sorry.
swordtails too, but I don't care about them. So I had to get rid of one. I'll get rid of those.
Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Dennis said, I sent out an email. Can't wait to order some shrimps. We do have clubs in Ohio, but some of the people can be stuck in their ways and not want to help the people our age. Well, mine, I'm 38. That's crazy. We have such good clubs here. We're so thankful for them, honestly. Like, everyone's so helpful. I have heard that's a general consensus about a lot of aquarium clubs. And unfortunately, those aquarium clubs are going to die because that's just going to happen. They're just not helping anyone in the hobby. You do nothing to grow the hobby. You have to help people in the hobby for it to grow better and want people to succeed so that it continues on, because we're not promised tomorrow. So just help anyone you can in the hobby so that, you know, it can live on and our great grandchildren have tanks in their home and enjoy the angelfish and Cory cats and everything. So it's sad. Cora, so that's how I am. Anything over 30 to 45-minute drive, might as well spend the night and drive back in the morning. That's crazy. Running Water said, yes, I agree with the purple. Yeah, purples are just gorgeous. They're not very common in the hobby, too. I haven't seen people really breed them out. And if they do, they usually tend to mix them with something else. And then they got a bunch of like light gray looking kind of guppies that don't look purple anymore. Have a good night, vibes. Stay warm. Thanks for joining. Help anyone in life. Yes. Fish Cafe said, I'm going to my first swap here in Ohio on the 8th. I hope that goes well for you. Fish Fam has been the most welcoming group of people I've ever met in my life. Yes, that is for sure. It's been a great group of people. And honestly, like, I don't think we'd be where we are today without the Fish Fam. Just constantly supporting us, being there. When we travel, just being able to hang out with them. It's amazing, honestly. And at these shows, we've been so thankful. Like, it's crazy how many people in the fish community do well. I do have some of the clubs where they're older and they're just like I don't know if they just like grew up in a time where like everyone was searching to get the new thing, the new fish, the collecting spots or new information or be able to breed this fish or anything. And it's not like that so much today. So maybe that's why they're like that. I don't know. But hopefully with our new generation and how many people have been super helpful in the hobby and not deterring people and understanding like this is how we're going to keep it going and this is how it's going to be there for generations. And
I don't know
hopefully
how
that
close you are to Michigan or I don't know. Is this the person that's in Ohio? Or Pittsburgh? But there's some great clubs in Pennsylvania and Michigan that I know of.
Cora, what can I say? I'm spoiled in my 15-minute city. Yeah, we're like that now. I'm definitely not. It's not going to be good when we do decide to move out to the country. It's going to be a whole whirlwind of figuring things out because everything's so convenient. And he's a fast shopper. He likes to get things done really fast. So then, but then forgets like 20 items.
No.
And I'm the one who takes 3 hours
Not
and
20
forgets items still.
I forget one item that was really important for 20 other
like
things.
The key item.
No.
like the spaghetti sauce. And you got everything the key item to the meal. What's wrong, pumpkin pie? Are you about to be hungry? Yeah, that's the funny part. Sorry, you can take her back. Jim said, do the bottles of Florenbacter 7 last a long time or do they have a expiration time? Do they have an expiration date?
I don't know if they have an expiration date, but I do know if they do. Ours is well past it and we're still using it, and we'll find out if they're still good in Shelby's new rack setup that we just did. So
yeah, and I don't think we'd be the right people because we have so many tanks. You'd probably have to ask someone with like tanks around as many as you do because like obviously we're going to go through a lot of the product, so we probably never reach expiration dates because we're going through them so fast.
On the Bacter 7 though, we had so much of it and we don't really set up that many tanks and we don't use it like regularly.
Did you already throw that bottle out? Did you use it all?
No.
There's an expiration date on the back, so if it's expired, yeah, I know that they do because I remember their packaging has expiration dates on it. So hi. I wish she would smile for you guys. Can I get a smile? Oh, there it is. For just a second. But I don't know what it is, but she's camera shy. As soon as we pull out, we just call it the black box. As soon as she sees that black box or anything, she's, nope, absolutely not. Not going to smile for you. Grant will get it once in a while. It's so funny. And she smiles all the time too. I'm sorry.
This expired back in 2001, and we've been using it for the last 3 years. Just saying. It worked great for the last 4 videos that we used it for. 2001, yeah. It expired.
We haven't even been doing shrimp that long.
Yes. 2021. Did I say 2001 or 2021?
I'm like, man, we have not been doing shrimp that long.
All right, 2021. It expired.
So that is 4 years ago.
07, 18, 21. So we've been using it still.
You're so funny. I was like, wow, 2001. Me too. I didn't think about it at first. I was like, wow, that's insane. Like, but it took me a second. That's so funny. We are the future. Yes, exactly. Seems like it's something every time. Yes, every time. I'm the one who like goes for like 3 hours, and if I don't go with a list, I forget something for sure. And I try to make a list for the grocery store. It's actually like the hardest task in the world. When you think of like a video game, and it's supposed to be like the easiest task, getting groceries for your family, it should be the easiest task for us to achieve. That's how we should handle it now. I should just make like an app on the phone that's like a video game, like a checklist. Like, did you forget this? What meal were you making? That'd be hilarious. But maybe if I make it in a game, then I'll have to achieve it. Like you unlock stuff in it. Running Water said expiration dates are a suggestion, but there's got to be a limitation. Yep. Yep. There's most things I cannot. I think our generation is like so grown up on that too. Because I know most of my friends, like it's like a day after expiration, they're like, gotta throw it away because it's like a mentality of just like wanting to get rid of it. Where like grandparents, it's like 20 plus years old and they're like, it's fine, you're good. Scotty says, I hope he doesn't get confused with dates like that with human food. No.
No, I knew that. I knew it was expired. I knew it was expired. Like,
Same. 2000.
you're acting like I didn't
Same
know.
difference. That's so funny. No, absolutely not. We even had
And I did the math right in my head. I told you we've been using it expired for the last 3 years, and I still said it was 2001. Or I said 2001.
didn't smell it. You're good if it smells fine.
No, it does. The
That's
bacteria
stinks.
don't smell good. So
I guess if it's too stinky,
Can't
maybe,
go by
or
smell.
maybe if it smells good, it's scary. Who knows?
taste it. If you don't die, then don't work.
Oh my gosh. It's fine. Yeah, we'll see if it works. I'm gonna have to test my tanks before we plop some shrimp in there.
Definitely
Oops,
don't
shaking
taste
the
it.
whole thing. Oh, that's what real artist of water. That's my new name, my new YouTube name, Artist of Water. And I just test all my tanks by drinking. Gross. Oh, I couldn't even. Sleeper. Mom, the milk has lumps in it. I'm making cottage cheese. Oh my gosh. Artisan butter. If it smells good, that's when it's bad. She was enjoying herself, okay? She smiled for the camera for a second while you were gone.
Yeah?
I got her to smile at me, and then I quickly turned her.
She sees this, and she's like,
I told her.
black box.
Black box. What is that? That's so funny. Asking was so tasty if you don't die, then you're okay. That's exactly how I ended up married. Oh my god. Some of the best foods in the world are ridden with bacteria. I've seen that. I've seen some like interesting videos of like how disgusting some food is, and like some people think it's like the best thing. Oh, what is it? I mean, cheese alone, isn't it? Like some of the best cheese in the world is molded. Oh, I don't want to think about it. I want to try things and not know things like that. That's for sure. Bacteria can be good. Yes, it can. That's good bacteria. There's a good division of good bacteria and bad bacteria. Good division. Death. Sickness. I like blue cheese, but I don't like thinking about, oh, I can't stand blue cheese. And that's because that was ruined for me before I even ate it. Like I had an older brother who's always got to say something. And that was blue cheese was ruined. The stinkier the cheese, the better it is. No. Did we get away from shrimp and tank maintenance a bit? Oh yeah, for sure. But he hasn't flooded.
Yeah, no, we're good. We're moving.
Johnny says, what pH does Florinbacter 7 work good in?
It is good for all shrimp tanks. It doesn't matter the pH. It's got 7 different strains of bacteria, so chances are 2 or 3 of them will take off in the tank no matter what the pH is.
I wonder what strains of bacteria it is. Never thought about it enough.
I don't know a single strain other than like the purple lavender or whatever that Kevin talked about. That's it.
That's a thing? Like it's oh. That took me too long. I'm
No,
sorry.
what do you mean? What took you so long? No, Kevin talked about the actual strain of like the purple lavender bacteria or whatever that's underneath the substrate layers.
I don't listen very well. Clearly. Or just don't retain information, honestly. But yeah, sometimes we get off topic a little bit. I'm caught up in chat, so
Yeah, no, this was just
didn't want to talk about stinky cheese.
show you guys what we do now. Now it's just a game of cat and mouse. Play video games, watch videos, and don't flood. And if you make it to the end, then you're good. There's a lot less maintenance to do
Achievement
if you don't
unlocked.
flood. If you flood, there's an extra side quest going on. you gotta use towels. You gotta clean towels. You gotta dry off electrical cords sometimes. You gotta dry off lights. You gotta
You don't talk
drain
about the electrical
tanks
one.
that got filled up underneath the other tanks.
Mhm.
Side quests.
Fishcapade said, so I'm thinking I'm ready to try my first Neos. Top words of advice.
Consistency. Start the tank off. Get it running about 30 days before you put the shrimp in there. As long as the pH is stable, the shrimp should be good.
That was your only words of advice.
You gotta keep it simple for the newbies.
Less is more when it comes to feeding. Don't overfeed. Shrimp do eat mostly biofilm. So I know a lot of people's first mistakes is overfeeding, and I'm one of them. I do it with my fish. I've done them with shrimp before. Just make sure if you do overfeed, try to siphon it out or get like what are those called? Like a turkey baster and get some of that shrimp food out of there because it will happen. You'll notice that they don't eat sometimes, especially when they're acclimating to the new water parameters. Just give them some time and they'll do great. Neos are pretty good. We've had, you just got to have a good source of shrimp for them too. Running Water said, in a quick summary, how would you both suggest a beginner get into shrimp? Trying to help out here.
So a short summary, I would watch our Neocaridina videos, the how to set up a Neocaridina tank and everything you need to know about Neocaridina. Those 2 videos are going to tell you everything you need to know. Keep it simple. Don't change things up a bit. And then find a source of homebred shrimp. The closer, the better. If you can't find somebody local, though, we do ship. And all of our shrimp are homebred. So I would say watch the videos. They're only like 5-minute long videos. They're not very long. And you're going to be a lot more informed. And you probably save some money not having to buy some stuff, too.
Fishcapade said, I have tried crayfish, but it kept escaping. So I've been nervous to try Neos. Yes.
Yeah, crayfish definitely
You
do
need a good
escape. They
lid
get
for
spooked
crayfish.
and they go backwards so fast. The shrimp are good escapees as well, but they don't tend to get it spooked. They tend to only really venture off maybe if there's not enough mating or food in the tank or something like that. Too many males or something, maybe they'll venture off to find their own. So you definitely going to benefit by putting a lid on the tank either way, but they're not needed as much. We got one more? We got one more? We got 30 seconds left.
30 seconds left.
Oh, almost flooded.
Bugsy said, do you run PVC from your air pumps or just the air hose?
Yes, PVC. We have a video on our closed loop air systems. It shows you how we set it up. We use the little stainless steel adjuster valves, and they work really well.
And the air tubing is definitely needed after the adjuster valves, but you use a lot less tubing, and it doesn't get man, kinked as much, and there's a lot more flow efficiency with the PVC pipe.
Much more appealing looking too with the PVC pipes than all the. We've had that. That's actually going on in my garage, and even though it's got pipes, some of the cords are just crazy.
It's an older video though. It's probably 4 years old, I would say.
Yeah, there's a lot of older videos that people probably haven't watched, and they don't look the most appealing. Some of the cover photos are really old. But Fish Cafe said I'll be ordering for you guys for sure. Not even up for debate. Oh, thank you. All right. Well, we made it to 2 hours without falling asleep or flooding.
I was gonna say flooding. You beat me to it.
So I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thank you again, everyone who donated, and
so I'm gonna run them off.
thank you.
Thank you, R11A, for joining. We also got yeah, see, we got Felipe with the 5 gifted subs. We got Shrimp Sanctuary with the 10 Singaporean money. I believe it's from Singapore. I don't know what SGD is. We've got Jeff Kane with the 10 gifted subs. Vibes with the $5. Big Shrimpin' with the gifted sub. Stephen P with the 5, Johnny Best with the 5, and Jay Oliver with the $10.
You guys are ridiculous.
Yeah, you guys are awesome. Really appreciate all that. We definitely got to get cracking and get some stuff done this week to be able to update you all. But Shelby does already have the next live stream already posted and ready to go. I'm basically talking why we do all the maintenance we do, the benefits, and the things that you may not know are happening in your aquarium by not doing the water changes. So really looking forward to that next week, and we'll see you then.
Thank you guys. Have a wonderful night.